What's that I hear? Is that a little chugga chugga choo choo? My coffee is straight black this morning. The charts are straight green, and I think that the XRP train may have left the station. I hope you're on board with us. Let's get started, folks. I'm having a great time if you can't tell. This market's moving. We are saving America. And yes, the XRP Unleashed documentary, new title, right? Rigged from the start, exposing the SEC. Love that switch up. The screening starts tonight in Scottsdale, Arizona. And oh, yes, by the way, I did get Brad Garlinghouse to confirm yesterday that yes, Ripple has in fact been meeting with Trump. Unlike Charles, who's just been talking about it, Ripple's actually been meeting with him. And so from that, we can infer that the XRP conversations are taking place within the White House. Let's get started right away. Everything's at ZachRector.com. Couldn't do it without your support. Greatly appreciate you. Take a look here at Bitcoin and this XRP. So right now, Bitcoin has cooled off to 87.4. This is a Bitcoin that has gone all the way up to nearly 90,000. Last night, we went up to 89.9. But when we measure this move, the pre-election lows on November 4th, Monday, we were down here at 67,000 Bitcoin, right? And this move all the way up here to 89.9 brings us in at 34.5%. What a fantastic move. But then we look at XRP and we see that yes, XRP is outperforming Bitcoin once again, which comes at really no surprise for our community. But it's just so interesting because folks were so impatient over the past couple of days. Dogecoin started to rip. Cardano started to rip. Bitcoin was outperforming XRP. Bitcoin was up about 33% and XRP was only up about 28%. So we were moving, but we were behind. That's not the case anymore. And so it's just hilarious for me to watch this thing unfold. And it's like overnight, all of the XRP haters and fudsters, I'm looking around, they're gone. No more spaces, no more hating. And it's just hilarious to watch. If you think that I'm going to stop bull posting, if you think that I'm going to stop being excited about this, you got me messed up because folks, we are not going to relent. We are not going to stop pushing. This is not just about XRP. This is about saving our country. It just so happens to be that we helped expose our government. You're about to see this in the documentary. It just so happens that the CEO of Ripple and the Ripple company is meeting with the Trump administration and will be a part of the future of finance that we're building out right now with this new administration. This is just getting started. I will not relent. We will not stop. Now is the time to put that pedal through the floor. Let's go. So right now, like I said, XRP outperforming Bitcoin and just getting started. It's getting exciting. But we're watching right now, Eleanor Terrett with the scoop here. Trump's leading pick for Treasury Secretary, billionaire hedge fund investor Scott Bessent is very pro-crypto, particularly pro-Bitcoin. Some recent statements, quote, I have been excited about the president's embrace of crypto, and I think that it fits very well with the Republican Party. Crypto is about freedom, and the crypto economy is here to stay. I think that everything is on the table with Bitcoin. One of the most exciting things about Bitcoin is that it brings in young people and those who have not participated in markets before. Cultivating a market culture in the U.S. where people believe in a system that works for them is the centerpiece of capitalism. Now, that sounds good to me. I've never actually heard of this guy before, so I'll be looking more into that. We did get the pick of Marco Rubio for Secretary of State yesterday. Not a big fan of Marco. Like, he's all right. He's decent, but he does not get me excited. So I'm going to be here to hold, Trump, this administration accountable. Everybody thinks I'm just, a full Trumpy. He can't do no wrong. This guy's the second coming of Christ. That's not how I feel about Trump. It's just the direction that he's heading us and taking this country in, I think is a nice approach. I think that we're going down the right path. We're having some conversations that really get things cooking here. No taxes on tips, no taxes on Social Security. Why stop there? Why don't we just remove the income tax that was unconstitutional from the start? Let's have a conversation about the Federal Reserve. Let's fire Gary Gensler. Let's have fun again. Let's start building again here in America. And the point that I was going to make here from this is that it's just across the board. It was pro-crypto sweep in this election, and you're seeing from the Trump administration who he is bringing in, we're moving in the right direction. Now, this is just getting started on the macro picture for crypto with Coinbase introducing the Coinbase 50 Index, ticker Coin50, a whole new way to track the performance of the crypto economy. So basically, this is like the S&P 500, but for crypto. You can see here they've included Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Doge, DOT, and others. I'm going to slide over to the Coinbase website right here. The premier global benchmark index for digital assets. Now, this is just the start here, right? It came with the ETFs. Now we're getting the index funds. You can see the weighting right here, 50% Bitcoin, 28% Ethereum, 6% Solana, 2.9% XRP. Once again, they need to remove Ripple. It's like we're here in 2024, almost 2025, and we still are misrepresenting XRP in the XRP ledger, right? The coin is XRP and the ticker's XRP. This is not Ripple. They're still misrepresenting us, which is unfortunate, but nonetheless, we are getting represented in the fund, just like the Grayscale Large Cap Fund, right? And I'm telling you guys, Dogecoin, additional 45 other assets make up 10% total. This is what folks want. Folks want the ability to buy an ETF that gets exposure of a broader index. Something like this is another product. There's going to be a wave of new products made available for investors to get exposure to crypto without having to be stock pickers, essentially, which is what the masses want and what the masses need, right? For most folks that are letting their money manager allocate their 401k retirement account, they, can get exposure through a fund like this, which is exactly what most people need. Like I said, this is just beginning, and you're already seeing that XRP's been included in the Grayscale Large Cap Fund. Grayscale also fired back up their XRP Trust, only a matter of time before they roll that into an ETF. You're already seeing multiple other applications for XRP ETFs in the United States. ETPs are already live in Europe and other jurisdictions. This is just beginning. And this is why Bitcoin's ran as hard as it has. I told you guys, the order books are thin from a retail perspective, above 80,000 for Bitcoin. But why is there still activity taking place? Because the Bitcoin ETFs are still bringing in record inflows. 6th largest inflow that we tracked just yesterday, I believe. That's why Bitcoin's still pumping in price discovery, going all the way up to 90,000. How much more legs are left on this run? We'll see. I'm not going short. I'm respecting the pump. Just like I said in my video yesterday, I respect the pump, whether it's Bitcoin, Doge, your favorite meme coin. I respect the pump. And what happens in return? Now it's coming back to the XRP community. Now, I just love to see this. When David destroys XRP FUD, not much else gets me as excited as this, folks. This guy right here on Twitter, I thought he was going to be slick. Tell me something that makes the XRPL unique. Apart from being a ghost town, washed up ledger with no activity, Joel Katz, what makes your creation unique in today's market? It seems like most new layer ones can do what the XRPL can do plus more. Well, David responds, I don't think that there's any other blockchain that has features like stablecoins, NFTs, and DEX, and so on, and this is the critical part, that doesn't expose you to the risks of smart contracts where your wallet has no way to know what the things you agree to are actually doing. This is so important. Every other blockchain that has stablecoins, NFTs, and DEX, and that you can play around with, you're playing around with smart contracts. You're playing around and you bring yourself into some vulnerable situations when you're relying on these third-party apps, when you're relying on these third-party platforms that are facilitating these transactions through smart contracts. When you compare that with the XRP ledger, this is all on the native one, layer one blockchain. Like this guy said, these other layer ones can do all this. Yeah, they can, but not with smart contracts that expose you to counterparty risk. In the XRP ecosystem, in the XRP ledger, you're interacting with the XRP ledger in a decentralized way. You don't need to rely on anybody else like a Uniswap to go participate in the AMMs where Uniswap created the smart contract. No, the basically the smart contract or the functionality in this case is already built into the XRP ledger. So you can use, XP Market, Anados Finance. Those are all just user interfaces, right? Those are UIs that help you interact with the XRP ledger, but the interaction is taking place at the XRP ledger protocol level, not at a smart contract level. That's the big difference here between the XRPL and all these other blockchains. And you're seeing the vulnerabilities. You've seen how these other blockchains go down, the hacks, all these bridges that they've tried to build. They haven't been so solid, have they? And furthermore, David Schwartz expands, also, though not 100% unique, it's close to unique in that it really is based on the idea of being your own bank and not having middlemen profiting off your transactions. One of the reasons it's not more popular is that it's harder to tax other people's attempts to use it. And this is why these other blockchains have had most of the activity. they've had all these functions before we got them. They had NFTs. We did have the first DEX. It's just, we didn't have much activity. Nobody knows about it. They still don't know about it. We're still not on DEX Screener, which is supposed to be coming this week. But what's happening here is that there was no mining. There is no proof of stake. It's very hard to tax people, right? If you look at the First Ledger platform for trading memes, for example, they've tacked on a 1% fee to all trades. That's how they're making their money. And because the product is something that people love, it's really easy and, accessible, people don't mind paying the 1% fee. You can go use other platforms and pay no fees, right? You're just paying the XRP Ledger transaction fee, which is pennies, fractions of a penny. But convenience allows folks, right? Builders building real products that people want to use allows First Ledger to tack on that 1% fee. Nobody notices it because the fees are already so low. So this is what makes XRP different from all these other blockchains, is that you don't got the choke point. You don't have to go use a bridge that might not be stable. You're interacting directly with the XRP ledger in a decentralized way, and this is the one of many competitive advantages that the XRPL has over the entire rest of the space. Now, when we look at this opportunity, we've had 2.5 years to accumulate under 50 cents. We only have ourselves to blame if you're not happy with the XRP bag that you have, right? Everybody, when we start to break 60 cents, and I was talking about this last night on a TikTok live stream that I was running up, and I said that 60 cents seems to be a big psychological level because it's where folks start to get worried that they're not going to be able to get that 2-for-1 special anymore, right? The 2-for-1 special is over. Now you're at 60 cents. And as you saw this morning, we're already back up to 70 cents. At the time of this recording, we're at 68. And this is when real panic starts to set in, because we start to approach that dollar level, which really, starts to mess with people psychologically. Once we pass 60 cents, that's the ticker, that's the marker, that's where all the cylinders start going off and folks start to realize, oh crap, the XRP train is leaving the station. And like I said, you had 2.5 years. If you want to even zoom back out on the chart, going all the way back to 2018, you could say that you've even had 6 years. During the 2021 bull run, we went all the way up to $2. But you've had at least 2.5 years going all the way back to 2018. I mean, I've been picking up under 50 cents. I know many of you guys have. And now folks are wondering, did I miss the opportunity? Now, this is what happened last night. Look no further. Brad Garlinghouse confirming. I put out the tweet and I said that Ripple actually met with Trump. Charles is talking about it. And there's a very, very big difference. Brad Garlinghouse confirms it by liking that post. Now, Brad Garlinghouse did not follow me, but that's okay. I respect it because he needs to hold that 589 peg, right? He's following 589 people. So, got to respect that. But he did like this post. And I think that Brad has liked one of my posts in the past. I would be lying if I said that I didn't fanboy a little bit and go to wifey. I ran to wifey. And I had a little moment last night. Did have a little moment. And this is something really that we already knew was taking place, right? Stu confirmed that Ripple was meeting with Trump this summer in San Francisco. But this post was kind of framed in a way of Ripple's actually in the White House. Ripple's actually there. Charles is just talking about it. And like I've just said, if Charles wants to come around and if Charles is going to be a part of that, that's great. I'm sure that he would do good. There's some things in the past that I'd like to be answered, but in the meantime, it's all good. It's all great because we know that Ripple's there. We know that Brad's there. We know that we are being represented. We know that XRP, guys, sit down and sit down while I say this because I don't want you to spill your coffee. We can confirm 1,000% that XRP is being talked about in the White House. The documentary has been delivered to the Trump team. The Trump team has seen the trailer for the XRP documentary. XRP is being discussed in the White House. Now, obviously, they haven't taken over the White House yet, but you get my point. And we know that there was already connections back to the first Trump administration. So XRP conversations have probably already been taking place in the White House. And going forward, we know that we're going to have representation in this new administration. Here we are. Now, folks, last night, I started to see reports that exchanges are already struggling to handle the XRP pump. This is something that I've warned about. I've been saying I am worried about this pump, this bull run for XRP, because in the past, every single time, Coinbase couldn't handle XRP pumping to $1 during 2020. It went down. During 2021, we had huge problems with many exchanges. We were delisted on a lot of them, and the ones that did have XRP were going down. During last year's ruling, the historical ruling, or I guess that was earlier this year, right? The historical ruling that XRP in and of itself wasn't a security on July 13th, we crashed every single exchange that traded XRP. This is why I just got signed up with Caleb and Brown this year. Just a couple months ago, I started to work with them. They are now listed in the description of all my videos and the links down below. But I want you guys to consider, I'm not here to give you financial advice or to say that this is the best exchange and, that there's not others that I'm working with. I have my XRP and other cryptos on Uphold, Coinbase, and others. But I've set myself up here on Caleb and Brown because, as I said here, they have 24/7 personalized broker service. And this is an opportunity for you to get in. You can sign up for free. You can load up some of your XRP, some of your other digital assets that you plan on selling off this bull run. You can give yourself another option, because that's what my plan is to hit that sell button on Uphold, on Coinbase, and on Caleb and Brown. I won't have to tell them. I'll already have had that conversation with Caleb and Brown and my personalized broker, and they'll know when I want to be selling my XRP. Then we get to sit back and take profits without having to lift a finger. I want you guys to have options. It's free to sign up. All of our community resources support our show. This momentum that we have cooking right now is massive, and it's just getting started. Prepare yourself now. Continue praying, continue prepping, keep your head on a swivel. But I think it's okay to get a little bit bullish. If you guys appreciate what we're doing, you guys know what to do. It's all at ZachRector.com or linked up down below. See you in the next one. God bless you all. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.